When it comes to the MCU, there's a lot of opportunities that many fans feel were missed the first time around with popular characters. One of these being the Mandarin. We're not going to get into that. I'm not being assassinated right here, right now. But another one is Fang Foom. There's conceptual art out there of this character for the MCU. We've never had him up until possibly Shang-Chi. So let's talk about that. So of course, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is going to deal with the real Mandarin. Now, originally in Iron Man 1, during one of the scenes, there is a poster board that shows Fang Foom. This was one of the conceptual arts from the original Iron Man. This didn't end up going far, and ever since then, there's been rumors that they were at some point going to utilize this character in some way. Ultimately, 24 films now later, I think? Yeah, 20 plus films now. We haven't seen this character, so now the rumors are persisting again that we could be getting this character in Shang-Chi. Maybe not in the first one, but possibly somewhere in the trilogy. Now, how do you go about this? Well, it's interesting because Shang-Chi would lend himself towards telling a unique story that can reflect on a lot of history, specifically if you're dealing with Chinese history. This would be important. And again, Fang Foom, depending on how they use the character and which version they go with, you could go either way, and depend on how China is going to react to the imagery of dragons, this could be problematic depending on how the film is framed, so they would have to tiptoe around that. Again, this is exactly why the Fang Foom they had in the conceptual art was never actually a full-on dragon. He had this like metallic armor on him because they were trying to be really careful, and you know, culturally you don't really want to offend the culture that you're releasing a film in. So they're gonna have to look at that. So I don't know about these rumors of him appearing in the first film. Maybe they'll do a flashback and show the character. Maybe there'll be some sort of hint that he's an overarching bigger villain. And again, if they're dealing with things like this, things that are based in this magical world and, you know, sorcery and everything with the MCU, why wouldn't a dragon be a thing that exists? Specifically one that's existed throughout a long duration of time on Earth. So yeah, I think, you know, we're gonna get this character. I just don't know how long it takes and where he could be, but realistically, Shang-Chi would probably be the best opportunity to introduce him in, considering everything kind of revolves around Shang-Chi. Would make sense to put him in here with the 10 rings. So yeah, how do you guys feel about this one? Would you want to see that character in the first film? I say maybe second or third would be a good one, or maybe even build him up as a backup villain to one of the Avengers films, thus giving Shang-Chi more importance. That's just my opinion though.